Hi, welcome to this mega short summary for people with poor memory, or MSPFMPMMA. This is for people who hate rote memorization or just can't do it like me. A-level psychology doesn't have to be dull and abstract, so we'll break it down to its essence. Here I won't bother about any numbers, any stats, no case studies, no names, just the big ideas and how they relate to each other. And hopefully they'll help you think deeper about psychology. What I want to do is to go through a conceptual overview of the memory topic, and this is specifically for AQA A-level psychology. This should help you visualize what you need to know and how the key terms are related. So we won't go through the details and definitions and the processes yet. We'll go through how these processes are connected together. And in my view, I think memory for AQA can be split into three sections. Firstly, you'll need to know about the different memory systems. And these are sort of the suggestions or the hypotheses on how we think memory works. We've separated memory into short-term and long-term. And you'll need to know models that explain one or the other or both. A system that explains how short-term memory works exclusively is the working model of memory, working memory model. One that only looks at long-term memory is the organization of long-term memory, or the different types of long-term memory. And then there's another model that looks at both, and that's the multi-store model of memory. Then you'll need to know about forgetting. Specifically, the mechanisms of forgetting. So how information sort of is removed from these systems. There's two that you need to know. One is called interference, and the other is called retrieval failure. There's two types of interference. There's proactive interference and retroactive interference. Then lastly, you'll need to understand how memory, or the accuracy of memory, affects eyewitness testimonies. Memory is sort of malleable, it can change. And you'll need to know about the factors that can change these memory. Factors? There's one big one, and that is anxiety. Anxiety, stress, emotions, it can significantly impair or improve memory, depending on how you want to argue. And then there's misleading information. Specifically, there are two sources that you'll need to know about. One are leading questions. And the other comes from post-event discussions. Okay, and now that you've learned about sort of the factors that can worsen or make memories inaccurate, you'll need to know about how we can improve the accuracy of memory. And the fancy technique that you'll need to know about is called the cognitive interview. And that's the topic. This is essentially the entirety of the memory topic for AQA. And if you're confused about how the processes, how the models, or how key terms like interference and retrieval failure fit together, this is how I encourage you to imagine it. This is it for this session. Next, I'll introduce or recommend a way that you can approach cognitive psychology and memory so that you can have a little bit more fun and hopefully you can provide more critical answers. See you there.